Hello, good evening. Welcome to my Monday evening video. I was doubting about today's topic. I was thinking, do I talk about my 8 years of sobriety that I'm celebrating this week? Do I talk about rotational dating, which is a new term for me? One of my friends told me all about it, which is about dating several people at the same time before choosing the one. Let me know if you're interested in my opinion on that. But today I wanted to talk about dating apps and why I have never used dating apps. Because someone asked me recently, which dating apps did I use? And I just said, none. And I've actually never been on a dating app ever. I've done online dating before it became app focused. And I think it was around 2016, 2017 when Tinder became popular in Barcelona. And I just, I felt a bit uneasy about this, even though I definitely wanted to connect with people. It never seemed to be, it wasn't something that I thought about doing. Despite that, I was on several websites, and I always found the situation to be really painful. Remember when I first started online dating, whenever I met someone, they were thinking, why is someone like you on doing online dating? Because I think the perception when it first became a thing was that only people who were unable to meet people in real life were on there. Whereas now it's become really normalized. I think that's a great thing because you can meet people that you would probably not meet in real life through online and dating apps. I definitely agree with that. However, I just found myself with reference to online dating is that I always went to the same bar to meet my conquests just for safety motives, really. Because I knew the people in the bar, and I knew that if I was with some weirdo, I would be safe. Because we do have to think about safety, and I think people forget that sometimes. Loneliness and horniness combined can put you in a very vulnerable position. So many times I would just go on dates because of loneliness and horniness. I wasn't really thinking straight, and it was just so awkward. I mean, usually it was kind of just for coffee or something, but trying to make conversation with someone you've just met or you've been chatting with can be really awkward. And sometimes you could kind of build up this idea of them when you are chatting. There can be a bit of flirtation, but then you meet in person, like, oh my God, you've realized that you've been projecting this whole thing. Other times sometimes it was okay, but when it was okay or it went well, those were situations that I kind of had no expectations, and I kind of approached it just looking for friendship kind of thing, or just no expectations basically. And then I didn't, I just kind of went on a few dates, and then suddenly I'm like, oh, this person's okay. It was never really a first love at first sight situation. Yeah, and some of people I met on online platforms I'm still friends with, which is nice. But when dating apps came out, I was actually working in local radio here in Barcelona, and I would often get recognized on the street. And sometimes I would come home and I would open up Twitter or Instagram or even my email, and someone would say, oh, I saw you here. And they'd seen me on the street, in a supermarket, in a cafe. And I was thinking, whoa, I was just walking along the street, enjoying or just going about my day-to-day business, and then people were recognizing me. So I thought I didn't want to have my face, which was quite recognizable, on an app, and then someone to know how many meters, how far away if I was close to them. I just thought that was a little bit scary. And I'm not sure how the settings are now for location, but I do know that there were some articles about, discovering where people were. And I was like, oh no, that's definitely not something I would want to do. So that's the first reason I never went on apps. Also, another reason is, how can I reduce myself to just a few photos and a couple of phrases? It's just not possible. And I think it's very reductive, not just for yourself, but also the people that you are looking at. You just one glance and you're swiping left or right. I don't even know. I'm so out of touch with this world that I don't even know which way you're supposed to swipe. But I've seen friends who, sometimes I have had a lot of envy of some of my friends who are on dating apps and they're going on dates frequently. I'm thinking, oh, should I do that? But then it always seems wrong to me personally. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It could be great for for you. I mean, I know people who've had great experiences on dating apps, and some people have even found love on dating apps. So it can definitely be a good thing to do. But sometimes you have to kind of go through a lot of uncomfortable dates to get something you like. And more recently, there are different apps that are around, and some of my friends, they are using Hinge and Bumble. I mean, I like the idea of Bumble, the women kind of making that first move, but I'm kind of like a bit traditional in the sense I kind of like the men to kind of do all the work. Is that bad to say that? But I've kind of liked that in the past when I've been on online dating apps. So just literally publish your profile and then you just wait. And that was kind of cool, to be honest. I'm not sure if that's very politically correct to say that, but that's just how it was, and it was true, and it was cool. But to make the first move, I understand why that concept exists, but I just couldn't be bothered with that. However, I've seen friends who are on Hinge, and they've showed me their profiles, and I just think it's a deeper way of there's more, you can share more of yourself. It's not just a couple of pictures and a phrase. There's like audio snippets and quotes and questions, and I think it's a bit more of a well-rounded approach. The one thing I've found as well is some of my friends are showing me screenshots of people we know on there, and I just think, oh my god. And I live in Barcelona. The expat world is quite small and everyone knows each other, so I wouldn't want to be on there knowing that all my potential suitors would be around me and they would know me, and it's kind of like, oh, I've seen you on that app. I wouldn't really be comfortable with that. So yeah, for many reasons, and it just instinctively feels wrong to me. So those are all the reasons why I am not on dating apps, and I prefer other methods of meeting people, and that's what I've been enjoying in my life. Yeah, so that's it. But also I do think about the personal safety as well. I think people don't take that into consideration as much as they should. And I think it's really important to think about, if you're going to meet someone you've met online, don't go to their house, meet in an open place, let your friends know where you are, maybe get someone to call you. Maybe that's in a whole new video, but I think it's quite, one of my friends actually does online dating. She says she asks for the LinkedIn profile when she's chatting with someone, because then she can kind of see their professional profile and make sure they're a real person, and that they are who they say they are, etc. So that's something that might make it a lot easier. However, I do think the concept of online dating is great. It means that you don't have to rely on Saturday nights at a drunk bar, or going clubbing, or even work or studies, what have you. You can definitely meet people that you would potentially not frequent in real life, and you can connect on hobbies, based on your profile as well. But yes, I think it's great for some people, but just not for me. Anyway, what about you? Have you tried online dating? And if so, please let us know which is your favorite app, so I can tell my friends. Anyway, that's my video for today. And if you are interested in any more topics to do with sexuality, dating, sex toys, lifestyle, anything else I talk about here, don't hesitate to contact me at venus@venusohara.org, and I'll be back on Wednesday with my next video. Thanks for watching.